we're finishing up this week on, when we talked about the past couple of weeks about being a fan or a follower of Jesus. What's a fan? There you go. What's a follower of Jesus? And I'm glad, man, Charlene was. If I had a cookie, I'd give it to you. You paying attention. Everybody, all these other people ain't paying attention. I'm glad, Charlene. You're going to get it. It's all you, Charlene.
I haven't been able to get here because I ain't had no ride, so.
That's excuses. And my grandpa used to tell me about excuses. I'm just telling you about excuses, buddy. Usually they got a couple that like armpits when they what?
You want me to walk?
What, Jesus walked everywhere he went?
I'll live all the way across there.
Jesus walked from, I don't know where he walked from. He walked from Galilee to Timbuktu, back to $3.04. I mean, he's all over. But anyway, we've been talking about being a fan or a follower of Jesus and everything like that. And our main scripture we've been talking about is in Luke 9:23. If we got that up there real quick. It says, then he said to the crowd, who said what? Who's he? Jesus. All right, Isaac's got it. Getting there. All right, good deal. Isaac, I'm proud of him. All right, who did he say it to? Us. All right, so there we go. If any of you wants to be my followers, if any is who? Us. So anybody can be a follower of Jesus, we learn, right? Anybody. All right? But you must do something. What must you do? Take your cross when? Daily. And do what? Follow who? Jesus. It says you must give up your own way. Whose way? Our way. And pick up what? The cross. Just follow him. Now see, the thing is, when we do stuff like this, and even last night, I told Isaac, I was like hammered in, and I told Isaac, man, I got like a bunch of deer in the headlight stares last week. Everybody's like, because when we talk about things like this, about following Jesus and picking up a cross, it's a heavy load, ain't it? I mean, literally picking up your cross, that's heavy. I mean, it wasn't lightly. I mean, when they said pick up your cross, they knew what it meant back then. He literally says, lay your life down. And I think today's time, we don't really look at it in that kind of light. We don't look at it really, God really wants me to give up everything, give up my whole life to follow him. Well, if you want to be a follower of Jesus, can I tell you something? It's exactly what he's asking from us. Give up everything to follow him. We think that, I don't really, Jesus really doesn't mean to give up that. And Jesus means to give up everything. Follow him. And when you pick up that cross, we learned last week that the cross represents what? Humiliation. Because you're humiliated when you hang on that cross. It was set up for humiliation. It wasn't a quick death. A quick death, they would have come in and just cut your head off. Hung you up, put you on fire, done with. But they want to set you on display and humiliate you because they want everybody to look at it and say, hey, this is what this person did. So don't ever do that crime. Because this is what is in store for you. So it was a sign of humiliation. Because when you hung on a cross, I know we kind of do it a PG version where we do the Easter play and the Passion of the Cross, Passion of the Christ. But guess what? He wasn't hanging up there with a pretty loincloth on. He was hanging up to letting everything bare, letting everything be seen. If anybody knows anything, it's embarrassing to be seen naked, ain't it? No one wants to walk around naked, do they? I mean, it's like, you don't walk around. What's up? How you doing? And I advise you not to do that coming to Beth-El. Please do not do that. No, I'm just going to tell you that now. We'll ask you. That is probably one time we will ask you to go home. You show up here naked. Because I don't want to see you naked. Just throwing that out there for you. This is not a naked church. All right, but see, there's humiliation upon that thing. But then not only humiliation, it was suffering. Suffering took place on that cross. It wasn't comfort on that cross. They were hanging up on that cross thinking, I like this. This is great. Hey, you're going to be crucified. No, I cannot wait. No, it was suffering because before they put you to that cross, they put you on a whipping post. And how many times did the Jews whip somebody? Can anybody tell me? What? 40 minus what? 1. All right. But did you know the Romans that did the crucifixion did not have to go by Jewish laws? They said they beat him when he was unrecognizable. They were having fun because they didn't like being there. They beat him. I told you last week it was a cat and eye tail that ripped his blood, his skin. He just ripped from him. It just hurt him. Suffering. And after they would do that, they would take that beam that weighed about 125 plus pounds and they would wrap it on his back and have him carry that cross. Now, when he carried that cross, he had to carry it through people that People watch him and look at him, mock him and laugh at him. And the crazy thing is, the ones that were laughing and mocking and spitting upon him were also the ones 3 days earlier singing what? Hosanna, Hosanna. Getting their fill when he was multiplying those fish and the bread. Enjoy Jesus when he would heal the sick. Enjoy Jesus when he raised the dead, but on this day, they were mocking him, suffering. Then they hang him on a cross, and they would take 9-inch nails and drive it through his hands and his feet. And the reason why they would do that is so your body would literally, your lungs would just collapse. You're drowning your own blood. They were sitting there and just watching him, sitting in the sun, just being mocked and laughed upon. Suffering. It wasn't easy. It wasn't for any. It wasn't a great day. That was probably one of the worst days ever. So that cross represents humility, suffering. Then after that, they took a spear and they stabbed it to his side. And out of his side comes blood and water. What happened after that is death. So he went to the cross. You didn't go to the cross to get taken down. You went to that cross to die. So when Jesus tells us as followers, he says, hey, you want to follow me? You better pick up your cross and follow me. You have to die to your old ways. You can't keep some of this right here and still follow me. No. When you get on that cross, it's over with. It's done. That's why Paul was saying, I've been crucified with Christ. It's no longer I that live, but it's Christ that lives in me. We have to die to ourselves. And that's a heavy load. A lot of times we don't like hearing that because we actually like to live for ourselves, don't we? We like to keep certain. We like to have our cake and eat it too, don't we? You ever heard that saying? I like my cake and I like to have it eat it too. Can I tell you something? Following Jesus, you can't have your cake and eat it too. It's either all or nothing. It's not one way or the other way. It's all in. It's not, because if it's not, then you've not picked up that cross. You could pick up that cross and walk down the road and say, hey, wait a minute, this is getting a little heavy on me. Or maybe on that whipping post, you hold that whipping post and they're slapping you and they're whipping you and you go, stop, I'm done. I'm done. This is enough. You hit me too many times. That crap hurt. You're right. Come on, get up there. No! They probably hit you harder. And maybe they hit you in the face. You can throw the face? Really? Anything but the face? It's like you ever meet people that want to get in a fight. I'm in a school. Johnny Carson was doing it. They have this like those 30-second rule. They go fight in the bathroom for 30 seconds. And it's like no face punches. I'm like, what the heck is that? It's not a fight. Like, you got 30 seconds. Don't hit it here. Hit it here. We're raising a bunch of sisters. No offense, but man, come on. You couldn't do that when you're getting hold that move. Hit everybody here. Especially not there. Be careful. They went to town on you. And then they put you on that post and you start walking through the streets and you're like, and this is kind of heavy. Can someone else carry this for me? I'm not really digging this. I've changed my mind. No, you don't get to change your mind. This is pretty much your faith is signed, sealed, and delivered. It's the same way with Jesus. You will come follow me. It's either you follow me or you don't follow me. Maybe you came around and some people said, man, I'll follow you. And I'm like, ask the question last week, how many of you want to be followers of Jesus? And it's like, yes, because you just don't want to burn in hell. And that's your mentality to follow Jesus, because you don't burn in hell. You're not following Jesus. And I'm trying to be mean or nothing. Because Jesus said, hey, come on, follow me. Well, hold on. Where are we going? I don't know. I don't know where to lay my head at tonight. Who knows? Not really digging that one. Goes back. Hey, come on, follow me. Well, let me go bury my father. Father wouldn't even dead yet. So we want to keep comfort in following Jesus. But following Jesus is following comfort. You can't do that. You see, because your real comfort, when you follow Jesus, can I tell you what it is? It's Jesus. Jesus is your true comfort. That's why Paul was able to write in jail and prison. Think about this for a second. Paul's sitting in prison in jail. It's a bad place to be at, How many in this room like to be in prison here in America? I drive by prison when I go to Montgomery. I'm like, that sucks. I see all these guys in their white uniforms. I'm thinking, I watch Lockup. Everybody watches Lockup on TV. I think that's an amazing show. I'm like, I don't want to ever go there. First off, I'm too pretty to be stuck in a place like that. You know what I mean? I'm just not doing it. And it don't look nice. It looks evil. They're mean. They yell at people. They stab you, kill you, do different things. not cool. I don't want to go there, do y'all? But I said, hey, would you like to spend a couple of days in prison? Would you say, yes, sign me up. No, you wouldn't. Could you imagine being in prison back then? Oh my God. It wasn't, I mean, it was just brutality. Here's Paul writing letters. He says, guess what? He says, man, I know what it's like to have this, have that. I know what it's like to be hungry. I know what it's like to be fed. I know what it's like to be thirsty. I know what it's like to have enough, not to have enough. He says, but guess what I've learned? Let me continue. I can do all things through Christ Jesus. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Because his true joy did not come in circumstance. His true joy came in following Jesus. So when we talk about stuff like this and we get this, sometimes it gets a really heavy notion in us, and it starts to scare people because they start thinking, well, Jamie, it's all about keeping up the rules then. And we have to earn our salvation. We have to work for our salvation. We have to work for the grace of God. Can I tell you something? It's not about the rules. Okay? It's not about keeping the rules. It's not about following the rules. If it becomes about following the rules, it's not about following Jesus. It's all about following Jesus. I think that sometimes what happens to us is when we hear things about picking up our cross and following him, we get to the place where, man, I got to do this and do that and do this and that and follow Jesus. No, it's not. It's about following him. Because sometimes we try to follow the rules to do what? To justify ourselves. To earn something. Well, I got to show God how much I love him. I got to show God this. I got to prove to God I love him. So I'm going to keep with the rules. I'm going to do this, do that, do that, do this. Can I tell you what ended up happening to us? We get trapped by the own rules that we set up for ourselves. Because it's not about how good you are. Can I tell you that? It's all about how good he is. It's not about your work that you do. It's all about what the work he did upon that cross. Because Ephesians says this, you're saved by what? By grace, not by your works. And the reason why is so you don't do what? Boast and brag about it. Because you know why? Humanity loves to boast and brag about things that we do, don't they? That's what fans do. Fans like to boast about what they do. Hey, look what I do. Look at this. Look how much I read. Look how much I go to church. Look how much I give. Did you know if Scripture says, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing? Don't boast and brag about it, because if you boast and brag about something, you know what happens? You've already received your reward. He even said, don't be like the hypocrites and praying out loud in the street corners so everyone looks at you. Don't be like them. Go into a secret place and pray. Because usually the people that go out there to pray out loud and flamboyantly, they're fans. You see, a true follower gets behind the scene when no one else sees them. They pray to God and they seek after him on a daily basis. The fans just come to church on a Sunday morning, so everybody gets to see what they do. Walk around with Christian t-shirts on. A true follower is every day. It's pretty good. I like it. I always had a Twitter account to do it. So we're going to look at something this morning. We're going to look at three things this morning about keeping the rules. All right. First, we're going to go to John. If you're Catholic, it's St. John. If you're non-Catholic, it's just John. It's on page 819 in the English Standard Version of the Bible. I'm sorry. I told you NLT. My bad. We're going to ESV. I can't read the NLT. It's too small. I'm getting old. Sorry. That's okay. Don't worry about it. We had all the call. Every head down, every eye closed. Y'all going to be able to get something. All right. John 8:1. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Fourth gospel. It says, they went each to his own house, but Jesus went to Mount of Olives. Early in the morning he came again to the temple. Now all the people came to him. He sat down and taught them. Now the scribes and the Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in adultery and placed her in the midst. They said to him, Teacher, this woman has been caught in the act of adultery. Now the law of Moses commanded us to stone such a woman. So what do you say? They said to test him, and they might have some charge to bring against him. And Jesus bent down and wrote with his finger on the ground. And as they continued to ask him, he stood up and said to them, Let him who is without sin among you be the first to throw a stone at her. And once more he bent down and wrote on the ground. But when they heard it, they went away one by one, beginning with the older ones. And Jesus was left alone with this woman, standing before him. Now Jesus stood up and said to her, Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you? She said, No one, Lord. And Jesus said, neither do I condemn you. Now go. From now on, sin no more. Now in this story here, we got three people. We got Jesus, we got an adulterous woman, we got the Pharisees. Now see, the Pharisees are law keepers. They keep to the rules. This is why our first point is going to be about rules trap us. You see, the whole thing about these rules was they were trying to hold the rules up. They were trying to trap. Who were they trying to trap? They were trying to trap Jesus and this woman. They were trying to trap him by the rules that the law has set up. Now, is it true in the law of Moses, if a woman is caught in act of adultery, what should happen to her? She should be stoned. But see, the thing is, what they knew and what Jesus knew was in this time, they had no authority to stone this woman. They couldn't stone her because they were under the Romans' authority. So that's why they had to set her up and to send her over to Rome to do this. So they had no authority to do this. So they knew this and Jesus knew this. So they're trying to trick Jesus. They knew if Jesus said, hey, listen here, don't stone her, then he's breaking the law of Moses that he's always teaching about. And if he said, go ahead and stone her, he's not practicing his mercy and his grace. So they're trying to trap Jesus. But who ends up being trapped by the law, by the rules? The Pharisees. The very ones who are trying to use the rules are trapped by the rules. Because sometimes when we try to use the rules, they trap us and not other people. Because a lot of times, you know what fans do with rules? Fans like to put rules on other people, don't they? The Pharisees. Because the Pharisees didn't care about the rules. They didn't care about the rules. They didn't care about the law. If they did, where was the man? Because you know it takes two to tango. It takes two to commit adultery. You know, there had to be another partner in that room. So in Deuteronomy, it says if a man is caught, he's also to be stoned. So why don't they bring the man in there? Some theologians believe because one of the Pharisees was the man. No one knows. You know, I don't know. But obviously they didn't really care about it because also they were breaking a lot of the rules themselves. Because see, a lot of them, they were using the rules to make themselves look better, don't they? Look at us. Remember I told you the story last week about the Pharisee was sitting there, and there was a sinner banging on his chest saying, God, he's repenting to God, and he's banging on his chest, God, I'm a sinner, save me. The Pharisee looks at him and says, thank God I'm not like that guy right there. Even Jesus goes to them and says, listen here, guys, you do this, you do that, but man, you forget the most important thing of all, love. He said, he even calls them, this is what he calls the Pharisees, he's a bunch of whitewashed tombs. He said, you're like a cup that's clean on the outside, but on the inside you're filthy and dirty. See, the Pharisees used the rules to trap other people. But what's happening to them, it traps them. It's kind of like this. How many of y'all got kids in here? Remember when your kids were little? And you're playing, your kid never did this. Your kid will do this, so get ready for this. All right. I remember I played games with John and Carson and Kenny when they were younger. They always want to play games. Have your kids ever make up games? You ever remember their kids make up a game like, let's go play this, and you're like, what? Yeah, it's hide and go fall or something. What? You got to hide, then you fall. You know, they make up some weird game, you're like, okay, let's play this game. You know, so they give you the rules for the game. They list out all these rules to go by, and they're like, oh, this is the rule, this is the rule. But then what happens is when the rules goes against them, what do? They change the rules quickly, don't they? They're like, oh, these rules are good until it affects me. That's what happens in the church. Happens with fans. You see, we like the rules as long as they don't do what? Affect us. We like to put the rules on other people, but not our own self. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like parents and whatever. It drives me nuts. You get parents around, and I saw some the other day. I was just talking about it's like, and you wonder why your kids are doing this? Because they see you do this. You know, how can you sit there and tell your kids not to do something if you're doing it? Right? I mean, that's kind of hypocritical, ain't it? It's kind of like do as I say, not as I do. If you're mad at your kids for on drugs or alcohol, but they see you on drugs and alcohol, what do you expect? They're watching you do it. If they see you disrespect your wife, disrespect your husband, your kids see that, guess what they're going to do? They're going to have the same attitude. You can tell them all day long, hey, be nice to people, do this right here. But if they see you with a sourpuss attitude, guess what they're going to have? Sourpuss attitude. It's just in their nature. People do what they see. That's what happens with the fans. We do this to people. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. They look at you all at once and look at you. What do? We use the rules to try to justify ourselves. But
The government constantly changing rules. Changing rules of faith. Oh, let's change this, let's do this. And what's happening to our government? We're in a deep war. You know what I mean? You keep changing things, and you keep trying to justify things. Rules track you. But now, the good thing is rules protect us. Rules set up boundaries. So even though rules can track us, rules are good for us. This was crazy because sometimes we're like, my God's so mean. Now you don't know who God is. See, God didn't set up rules to trap us. You know what God set up rules for? To protect us. Set up boundaries. It's kind of like in the law. We have laws, don't we? Sometimes we don't like the laws. Why we don't like the laws? Because we break the law. That's why we don't like the law. But if you honestly look at some of the law, they're not that bad. I mean, I'm telling you right now, when you're preaching the Word of God, and you hear something like that, you get scared. I'm throwing that out there for you. Because I remember there's a story in Acts. Okay? This is where the ADD kicks in. You didn't know. They lied. You know what they lied about? That sacred thing that we always talk about in church. Money. You talk about this. What this be called? You know that? Say, like this. I just said the other day. How much you give? All that. Dude, man. Maybe like the daytime. How many y'all tired? Oh, we do. Everybody. You know. You know I know my brother not to use a pastor. But anyway, but rules are set up to protect us. Rules are good. Rules help us. You know, God set up rules not to trap us, not to condemn us. God set up rules to help us. It's like the laws we have right here. Again, no texting and driving. Well, that's just me. They don't let me text and drive. No, because you can kill somebody. You know what I mean? It's bad. It's not good. No drinking and driving. We're not trying to dictate what I do. No, you can't even walk straight. Better drive straight. You know, I mean, it's a reason behind these things. Don't shoot and kill your neighbor. Why? Because that's evil. You know what I mean? Don't do this. Don't look at little kids on the internet. Why? That's bad. You know, those are bad. I mean, those are bad things. You know, don't steal. Does anybody like stealing? I mean, imagine we didn't have that law, so you can just walk into anyone's house, steal, do whatever you want to do. No, that's not good. I mean, I work hard for what I've got. So laws are good. Laws protect us. So if someone does break in my house and steal from me, guess what happens? You go to jail. You know, it's there to what? Protect me. You know, and it protects them. It's like, you don't want to steal. Why? Because you'll go to jail. That's why. That's just mean. What? Good job. Don't steal. You know, rules are not bad. Rules set up boundaries for us. When God said don't do certain things, it's to protect us. Why? Because He knows the outcome. Don't do these things. Why? Well, God, I just want to do that. Well, then I talk to my kids about sex and drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. I mean, you know, I've got one pastor that says we'll go to hell. No, I teach my kids about sex, drugs, and alcohol. You know why? Because everybody else is saying it's good, but the truth is it leads to destruction. I mean, then we sit there and say, well, Dad, everybody's doing it. Son, you're a senior in high school. You can't even take care of yourself, better yet, take care of a baby. You know what I mean? I mean, you're not ready to be a dad. You can't even buy your own gas or your vehicle. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to be the grandparent that takes care of nobody's kid. That's just me. You going to play? You going to play. So I want to teach them that. I mean, is that mean of me? Is that bad of me? How dare you, Jamie? You shouldn't do that. No, that's a rule to protect who? Him. I mean, because it's going to ruin his life. You're telling me, well, it can. Or how about this? You get something you can't get off. You know, there are things called STDs out there. You know, walk around here. What's wrong? I was playing. Told you not to. I didn't believe you. No, there's rules for these things. Why? The rules are there to what? Protect us. If my son comes home drunk, I tell him, one time, dude, it's all you got, one time. You come home drunk, it's on like Donkey Kong. You know? I mean, is that bad of me? How dare me? I'm going to take his vehicle away from him. If I ever catch you driving drunk, you ain't driving no more. You're going to be riding that yellow school bus every day. How dare me? I'm such an evil dad. No, why? I don't want him driving drunk. Because I love him, right? Is that not, I mean, what kind of dad are we? Hey, son, you going out? What are you doing tonight? Right now, you gonna get hammered? You not go buy you some alcohol? What you want me to buy you some? You buy you some dope? Yeah. Then you look at me like, dude, what kind of dad are you, right? No, you're not a cool. You're not good. I just want to be cool. No. I want to protect him. I want to guard him. See, rules are set up to help us, not trap us. Rules are there to guide us, not encage us. It's like a marriage. Me and Haley's marriage is based on a relationship, not on rules. Now, we do have rules in our marriage. Do you have a marriage? Do you not have rules, underlining rules that, hey, but you're not basing your marriage on rules, are you? You base your marriage on what? Relationship. But there's certain things that me and Haley, there's underlining rules. You know what one of them is? Adultery. You know? No, bad. I won't be upset with that. You do not cheat on me. I do not cheat on you. You know what I mean? It's like, but we don't base our relationship on the rules. You know, I don't slap you. You don't slap me. Please don't. You know, there's the things you know. They're there. We know they're there, and they're for what? To the health and benefit of our marriage. Because you can't have a healthy marriage if you're cheating on each other, you're cussing each other out, you're slapping each other, you're beating each other. That's not healthy, is it? You know what that's leading to? It's leading to what? Destruction. So we need rules to keep us from leading towards destruction. Because without rules, we lead towards destruction. So rules can be good. But we can't base our relationship with Jesus on rules. We have to base our relationship with Jesus on relationship. Because see, relationships are not meant for rules. Rules are meant for relationships. You have them, but you don't base it on them. You don't follow Jesus by following the rules. Because if you just follow the rules, then you're not following him. Because what happens when you start following the rules, you start listening. Well, I do this, I do that. I do this, I do all this here. So I don't have to do that. It's okay if I don't do this. It's okay if I don't do that. Because I do all of this. That's not following him. That's following a bunch of do's and don'ts. What Jesus wants from you is to follow him. When you understand that his work accomplished it, you can do it. The last thing is this. If you're going to follow the rules, and you're going to base your relationship with Jesus on the rules, and you're going to receive judgment. Because if you go by all of them, you start to say, I'm going to base everything on the rules and the law. He said this right here. He said, if you break one of them, then you've broken them all. But if you base your relationship on his grace and his mercy, guess what you'll receive? James says this. If you show mercy, you'll receive mercy. Because see, in a relationship, grace and mercy is held out. It's given to us. When we follow him, not based on what we do, but based on what he did, then we have a relationship. Because see, it's all about loving Jesus. It's not about loving anything else. You can't have a relationship without love. That's what I said earlier when I said, man, a lot of people, they say they want to be a believer, they want to be a Christian. And sometimes I've had people ask me, Jay, why don't you preach hellfire and brimstone? Why don't you go and just hammer down about it? You're going to burn in hell unless you get saved. Man, you probably get a lot of people get saved. You come over there. Well, I'm getting you saved with the wrong motive. Because if you fear God, then you can't have a relationship with someone you fear. Now, I do understand that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. But if you're walking around and you fear of God, that God's looking for you to screw up and mess up so he can strike you down, that's what happens when you follow the rules. You're afraid because when you mess up on a rule, you know what you're afraid of? Well, God's supposed to strike me down. Something bad's about to happen in my life. Then you don't have a relationship. Because Jesus said this here. He says, I'm a friend to you. I'm a friend. And
You can't have a friendship and a relationship with someone you fear. It's like wedding, marriage couples. A wife can't have a loving relationship with the husband she fears, can she? And I've seen it firsthand. I've been at this for 17 years. I've seen marriages, I've seen spouses women that were abused by their husbands, beaten by their husbands, and they feared them. They walked in terrible fear. That's what their relationship was based on, was fear. So she was submissive because of fear. She did things because she was afraid that he might hit her or hurt her. Can I tell you something? That's not a relationship. That sure in heck is not a man. I'll tell you that right now. If a man lays his hand on a woman, it's not a man. It's a coward. It's an insecure person. See, my God is not insecure. My God is not a coward. My God shows mercy and grace. He shows love. It says that we know what love is because He loved us. And also we understand is that we didn't pursue God. God pursued us. The thing is, God pursued us while we were still sinners. Just like this young lady here. She's called. Very active adult. If anybody had the right to judge her, it was Jesus. And see, the thing is, that's what fans and followers differ at. See, fans like to judge people, but followers understand they have no right to judge somebody. And if they do, they'll be judged. See, followers like to give a helping hand, help lead people. Fans like to hold the law and the rules over people because they're insecure about their own selves. It makes themselves look better. That's what the Pharisees did. Now, some translations said this about the thing. When it says, "You who's without sin, cast the first stone." One commentary I read that said this right here, that it said, "You who is without this sin, cast the first stone." All right? And it says it started with the older and the younger. They dropped their stones. But either way, kind of, if we hear about if it's either sin, that sounds good for us because when it says any sin, it's like, man, we're all in that boat. So I'm going to stick with the point of saying, you who's without sin, you cast the first stone. See, fans cast stones. Followers do this. Just because remember, it says, have the same attitude as Christ Jesus. Jesus gets down where she's at, in the dirt, and he looks at her. It's pretty cool. He says, "Woman, where are your accusers at now?" See, you got to think about something about this woman here. See, when they caught her, they brought her out there. She knew. She thought she knew what was about to happen to her. You know? I mean, in her mind, she's probably thinking, "I'm missing a big deal." I mean, could you imagine that going to your death? You're fixing to receive punishment and judgment. Right? Does she deserve punishment and judgment? Right? Group participation. Does she deserve punishment and judgment? Yeah. According to the law, yeah. According to the law, yeah. But you know what she received instead? She just received grace and mercy. See, the thing is, we receive grace and mercy first. He showed her grace and mercy before he told her to go sin no more. Before he said, "Leave your sin, go leave your sin." That's a good thing about our God. See, when we're motivated by love, we'll do things. We'll stay in the boundaries. It's just, again, like out here in the city. I just want to be a good citizen, right? I stay in the boundaries. I stay. Why? Because I know those are bad things. And I tell them, don't do that. Why? Because what's going to happen to you? That's what God's saying. You see, the thing is, what happens, we go from being a fan to a follower. We stop working for grace. Because we understand we can't earn grace. We start working through grace. I don't do things because I'm trying to get God to love me. I'm doing things because he loves me. As I get ready to close this morning, it's like my wife. I don't cheat on my wife because I want to show her love. You know? Hey, be like this. This is how stupid it sounds. This is what we do in church with God. Hey, I was in Montgomery for 3 days last week. I was in Montgomery for 3 days. And called my house, well, Clyde, you know, I'm not cheating on you tonight. I'm proud of you. Right? You know? Hey, baby, I didn't go out and get drunk tonight. That's great. You know? Hey, you know, remember you made me mad earlier? I was about to punch you in your face and knock your teeth out, but I didn't, you know? That's good. Hey, baby, I was going to tell you something, I wasn't going to cuss out the kids and everything like that and do all this stuff here. I just, I'm glad you did. Well, I need you to love me because I do all this stuff. Well, that's kind of odd, ain't it? Well, baby, hey, I do all this for you. I take care of you. I pay, I give you this, I give you that, give you that, do this, do this, do this. You should love me. You should do for me now. Because I do all this for you. And the sad thing is I know relationships that are like that. And I tell you something, that's not a relationship, that's a bondage. That's what that is a bondage. I don't cheat on my wife because I love her. That thought never crosses my mind. It doesn't come up. It's not even a temptation. Me going out and getting drunk and doing stuff like that, that's not even a thought in my mind. You know what's the thought in my mind? To honor my wife. That's what I want to do. You know, one of my prayers, I pray every single day. Like I said, God, help me to be a great husband. That's what I want to be. I want to be a great husband. God, help me, God, honor my wife. I don't ask God to change her. I ask God to change me. I say, God, help me be a good father to my kids. Now, God, help me be a good pastor to people you put me over. Why? Because I love my relationships. And I want to do good. I'm not working for them. I'm working because of them. That's what God's out with. That's what God wants us at. Don't work for Him. Work through Him. Work because you love Him. Because He loves you. He paid the ultimate price. So you're a fan or you're a follower. Which one are you? Put yourself in that predicament today. Who would you have been? Would you have been that lady in the dirt? Would you have been the one standing above her with a stone in your hand, ready to stone her? Because she became a follower, and they were fans. Think about this real quick as we close. The ones that should have known Jesus, the Pharisees. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. How Pharisee was raised up from childhood to know the books of the Bible, know the Torah, know the prophets, know everything about God's Word. They were waiting on the Messiah to come. They knew He was coming. Because of their rules, they were so trapped they couldn't even see the one they were looking for. Right there in front of them. The lady that was bound by the rules saw Jesus. She received forgiveness and mercy. Wow. And she became a follower. Father, we thank you, God. God, we thank you for your love, your mercy, your grace. Because, God, we don't deserve it. We never have, and we never will. But God, you saw us, and you came to us to have a relation with us. God, we need you. We desire you, Father. We want to be a follower, devoted to you. We don't want to be an admirer of you. We want to be a follower of you. We want to learn from you. We just want to be with you. Maybe here today you say, Jamie, man, I don't even know if I'm saved. I know about Jesus, heard his name, but man, I've never picked up my cross and followed him. I've always followed my own ways. Always followed my own ways. I've never followed just Jesus. Because again, I'm going to tell you this right here. Turn the lights back up real quick. I'm going to give you an illustration. This is the difference in following, picking up the cross, denying yourself. This is the difference right here. Okay? This is the difference. It says, pick up the cross and follow me. Deny yourself. All right, this is when justification comes in. It's Satan tell you not following him. Now remember, this is where you got to be careful at, because you start to base your relationship on rules and stuff like that. All right? It's not based upon rules. It's not based upon what you do. It's based on what he did. All right, you got to understand that. You got to get that. All right, it's based by the grace of God. You're saved by the grace of God, not by your works. But there's a but in that. There's a but in that. I know your word says this, God. But I don't care. I'm going to do this anyway. See? That's called what? Rebellion. And that's what that's called. That's called rebellion. Be honest with yourself. That's called rebellion. My children know what I mean. You go out and get drunk, I catch you, there's a price to pay. So now they know when they're at a party, they're somewhere, someone offers them alcohol, they're in their mind. They know there's a choice now with that. I was told what? Not to do this. They cannot come home and say, I did not know this, Dad. You caught me off guard. I did not know that. Really? No, they know it. As believers, you know what God's word says. If you just sit there, and he says, pick up the cross and follow me. You say, I'll pick up my cross and follow you, Jesus. I'll lay my life down for you, Jesus. I'll no longer live, but you'll live in me. But then you look at his word and says, but not that. I'll do that anyway. And God, you owe me something. This is what ticks me off more than anything else. When someone thinks God owes you something, God does not owe you a darn thing. God owes you his wrath. Instead, God gave you his grace. Man, that's huge. That's what motivates me. I'm not motivated by his rules. I'm motivated by his grace that he gave me. Because I understand what I deserve. So when I look there and my spirit goes against my flesh, say, wait, my flesh says this, my spirit says this. And they wage war against each other. I don't have the mindset of justification. So, oh, well, I'll do it anyway. God, you owe me something. You owe me forgiveness. God, I'll ask for forgiveness tonight. You don't have a relationship with Jesus. It's not a relationship. It's not a relationship. It's not. You just sit there and say, God, I'll do this, and then I'll just ask for forgiveness. That's a relationship. Friend, please tell me. Please understand. That is not a relationship at all. Bring it to another level. If you're married, how many of you are married in this room? You're kind of like your wife or your husband coming home and looking at you and say, hey, I had an affair. Forgive me. You got to. You're going to look at them and say, what? You don't love me. Right? Would you believe they loved you? Hadn't cheated on, I wouldn't believe she loved me. I wouldn't believe that. That relationship, guys, God wants a relationship, but he wants it all. He desires it all. Will you mess up? Yeah, we'll mess up. But not with the mindset of saying, of justifying. There's a difference in messing up and justifying. Justifying saying, we say, God, I don't care what your word says, I'll do it anyway. You know, be praised. Messing up is when you messed up and turn around and say, God, I I acknowledge that. Would you help us? That's what God's looking for. Fans, justify. Followers, follow. Who are you today?